Who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? I know I do. This 1940s macaroni loaf is a budget-friendly twist on the classic. Made with no butter. During World War II, butter was rationed, so home cooks had to get creative and learn to make do with less. With shredded cheese, pimentos, onions, and fresh breadcrumbs, this loaf is packed with flavor. Moist, delicious, and totally nostalgic. So let's make it. To make this dish, you need 8 ounces of dried elbow macaroni. That's equal to about 2 cups. You're going to cook the macaroni, of course, drain it, add it to a large mixing bowl. Then you're going to add 1 cup of fresh breadcrumbs. And before I add my other ingredients, I'm just going to mix my macaroni and breadcrumbs together a little bit in the mixing bowl using my hands. Now I'm adding 1 cup of milk. I'm using 2% milk. Of course, whole milk is fine, but I don't recommend using fat-free milk because you do need to have some fat. Now I'm going to stir my ingredients a little bit, and then I'm going to add 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. Even though you only see me adding 1 cup, I'm going to add 2. The original recipe calls for only 1 cup, but I like extra cheese in my macaroni and cheese, so I'm adding 1 more cup. And I really do recommend shredding your own cheese because for some reason it just tastes better than buying the pre-shredded cheese. I don't know why, it just does. And now I'm adding 1 egg. I like to keep stirring as I'm going. Now I'm adding 1/4 cup of diced drained pimentos and 1/4 cup of finely chopped onion. And though the recipe calls for 1 tablespoon of fresh parsley, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of dried parsley because that's all I have on hand. And of course, you can add as much salt and pepper as you wish. I don't think it needs a lot. The time has come to stick this in the oven and bake it. I'm going to bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm using a loaf pan that I have sprayed with cooking spray. It's just big enough to hold all the ingredients. And the original recipe says that you're supposed to bake it for about 45 minutes, give or take. But I ended up having to bake mine for about an hour, and that's probably because I added the extra cup of cheese to the mixture. So please keep in mind that not all ovens are the same, and you may need to adjust either your oven temperature or baking time depending on your oven. You should be able to tell when it's done by the way it smells. Of course, it'll start to smell like it's done, and also by its appearance. It should have a nice golden color. And also, if you insert a butter knife in the middle, it should come out fairly clean. It shouldn't be too wet. And here's my delicious macaroni loaf. This is what it should look like. It should have a nice golden color. It's best to let this cool down a little bit before you try to slice it and serve.